Open the door now. We know you're in there.
Ah! Come out with your hands up!
You wake to screams and bloodshot dawn, not knowing the rules of the new game. By the time you smell the rot drifting under your door, your heart is already pounding, your hands twitching with questions you don't want answered. The world you remember is quiet, boring, safe. The outbreak spreads faster than fever, and one wrong move is all it takes. Mistakes here mean death. Or worse. Subscribe to Think What If for more stories that push your imagination to the edge. The first mistake spins out in panic, thick as fog. Crowds surge in the city, packing every subway, every corridor, every alley. You run with them, feeling their fear press against your skin, sticky, contagious. But in a zombie outbreak, crowds don't protect you. They become traps, amplifying every scream, blocking every exit. You're lost in the noise, your senses overwhelmed. The infected slip among the uninfected, an invisible spark in a tinderbox. One cough, one bite, no time to run. The air grows sharp with sweat, copper, desperation. You hear the heavy stampede, feel bodies crash together. In chaos, the crowd suffocates thought. Would you freeze or fight? Which way do you turn when every face might betray you? Every sense tells you to grab, to hoard, to gather, and that's the second fatal mistake. You see panicked hands grabbing anything shiny, old batteries, wrinkled magazines, dented cans. People load bags with useless junk, weighing themselves down with dead weight. But survival isn't about clutter. Those moments cost you time, dead time. While scavengers pile chairs and umbrellas, you hear broken glass underfoot, feel the rush of cold wind as the street empties. Outside, the world is changing faster than you. Every breath you take tastes stale with indecision. You remember the motif, one wrong move. The mistake grows heavier. Can you leave it behind? Would you know what to bring, what to throw away? Water. You forget water. Everyone does, and that's mistake number 3. In the frenzy, the need for water slips away, pushed out by adrenaline and rage. But dehydration has its own killing rhythm, cruel as any bite. Your tongue sticks, your head spins. The taps run dry, the rivers choke with panic. You see laboratories where scientists once tested Ebola, hantavirus, rabies, a single virus winding through blood, burning like wildfire. A real outbreak starts small and silent, twisting out of a breach, a spill, an unseen cut. Some parasites hijack their host's mind, like Toxoplasma gondii, turning rats into victims drawn to danger. How many are in the water now? Would you trust what you find? How far would you crawl for a single clean sip? Mistake 4 pulses with urgency, a glowing phone screen, desperate fingers scrolling for hope. You tell yourself you're checking the news, searching for friends, but every second staring at that device is a second lost. If the signal's still alive, it will not help you. Phones are distractions that steal your chance to act, to flee, to see. Texts pile up, warnings, rumors, lies. The signal will fail. With every beep, you're tracked, delayed, exposed. In research labs before the apocalypse, scientists hid virus samples deep underground, shielded by alarms and codes. But the world outside is leaking now. You hear sirens, see shadows move, sense the charge in the air before the last tower dies. What's your next move once the screen goes dark? And then, always, the 5th mistake, you forget to listen. Not just with ears, but with your entire being. You ignore the small sounds, the distant footfalls, the rustle of birds fleeing the city. Your body aches with fatigue, your blood stings with fear, but your mind clings to blind routine. Reflection is a weapon. Sometimes, survivors turn savage for food or protection. You witness their transformation, and the motif flashes again. One wrong move. How far would you let go of mercy to stay alive? Actual research hints at insanity triggered by infection, minds warped by viral invaders. The world is not just infected, it's changed. Can you adapt in time? Sense when danger shifts? Trust your own senses when everything familiar breaks down? Now you slip through the tunnel of panic, balancing fear and wonder. In your pocket, you carry only essentials: clean water, sharp knife, sturdy shoes. The street glows with ghost faces smeared in panic or resolve. You move alone, learning to taste the air, hear the whispers in the dark, feel each heartbeat hammer like warning. Reflection carves you into someone new, someone who measures risk with every step, who questions every decision. You catch the distant smell of singed hair, burning trash, the sweet bitterness of loss clinging to ruined earth. The science flickers behind every nightmare. Viruses leap species when no one's looking. Lab accidents happen. Forgotten rules breed tragedy. You remember strains of Marburg, rabies, even engineered bacteria locked away in freezers, coded for secrecy but doomed to escape. Parasites manipulate mosquitoes, sending them through broken windows. The world's defenses dissolve. You hear the echo of broken glass, the crackle of warning through static-filled radios. Would you hear it, feel it, react in time? Another twist: the outbreak itself isn't always instant death. Sometimes it whispers first. Scientists once guessed that a mutated flu, a prion disease, or weaponized rabies could sweep through populations before anyone noticed. Your skin tingles with fear and wonder. Could you spot the difference between a survivor and the infected before they turn? Your emotional arc builds every minute. Panic gives way to shaky resolve, to acute awareness, to hard choices that test your humanity. The crowd thins to echoes. The horde shrivels to what matters: water, light, movement. The phone dies and instinct reigns. You listen and learn quickly, or you join the ranks of the lost. Motif again, clear as a siren: one wrong move. In the final moments, you stand on an empty street, lungs burning, memories flickering behind your eyes. The world feels new, monstrous, fragile, a place shaped by every choice, every mistake you dodge or endure. Wonder pulses through grief. You remember the first 5 mistakes and vow to never make them again. But night falls. The wind carries a new sound. Survival isn't just running or fighting or learning, it's changing, letting old habits die in order to live another day. What would you do now, facing the raw unknown? Is there space for hope in ruined daylight, for kindness after terror? Will you count every mistake as a warning or as a prophecy? You look at your trembling hands. The city is silent. The world holds its breath. You rewrite yourself, step by step. Now you know: one wrong move. Subscribe to Think What If for more worlds you should never forget.